What's going on, everybody? My name's Chris, and as you can see, I've got the new BRP LYNX snowmobile. The date is the 28th of February 2021, and it's a beautiful sunny day out here in California. The snow isn't the best. We haven't had snow in about 2 to 3 weeks. However, it is spring-like conditions out here, which means the snow is going to be variable. We've got super firm snow, we've got slush snow, like spring conditions, and then in some of the trees we are finding about 2 or 3 inches of nice soft stuff, but it's not a pow day by any means. We've got the Boondocker 4100, which is the 165 version of it, naturally aspirated, there's no turbo. And then over here we've got the 2021 Skidoo 154 turbo expert model. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the differences in these two sleds. Now, to let everybody know, the rear end on this Skidoo Turbo is locked out. It does have the Raptor Ace suspension on it, which is a phenomenal upgrade to your snowmobile. Some of the big differences that I've noticed, the DS skis that they have on this, on the LYNX, are quite a bit wider than the stock skis that they have on the Skidoo, which is great for POW. However, in a condition like today, I'd find it a little bit more difficult to get this LYNX sled up on edge, and it's fine. It holds a line and it holds true to the line, and that's huge because this doesn't have T-motion. For those of you guys who are asking the question, does a locked out Skidoo, and when I say locked out, is if the rear end is locked out with a Raptor kit or some other kit, is it comparable to the LYNX rear end? And the short answer is yes, it is. However, if you do not have a locked out rear end on a Skidoo, the rear end on the LYNX snowmobile is far better than the rear end on a stock T-motion Skidoo. This machine is able to hold a line far better on a side hill on variable conditions than a T-motion snowmobile. On the deep POW day, like the blower day that we are all looking for, whether you have a T-motion sled, a locked out sled, or the LYNX sled, you're not going to notice really any difference in the rear ends on any of those blower days. It's when you get into these variable hard pack conditions that you really understand and feel the differences. Some of the other differences that I've noticed, the bar risers are about 1 inch to 1.5 inches taller than the stock one. The running boards on the LYNX snowmobile is going to be narrower than the running boards on the Skidoo. I found that when I'm standing on the snowmobile and both feet are as far forward as they can go on the boards, that the left side, so rider's left side of the snowmobile by the brake, the edge of my boot actually rests on the raised part of the running board and really sticks out a little bit from the edge. It's just something to be aware of when you're doing it. But again, I'm not trying to take anything away from this snowmobile. It's a phenomenal snowmobile. We're gonna have the short tunnel with the longer track underneath. However, the bumper on the LYNX snowmobile comes up over the top more, and it seems to be a bit more beefy than the stock Skidoo one. The other interesting part about the LYNX snowmobile is the interesting little snow flap they have down at the track that's designed to throw snow up into the tunnel to help keep it cool. My overall impression of this LYNX sled, it's a phenomenal sled. Awesome sled. I mean, if I were to choose between a stock LYNX and a naturally aspirated, non-turboed Skidoo, I would pick a LYNX snowmobile solely for the rear end. It's a phenomenal rear end. If I were to choose between this snowmobile, the LYNX, and a turbo, I would get the turbo snowmobile and lock out the rear end. That way you get the best of both worlds. You get the turbo and the locked out rear end. It doesn't really matter what you ride, as long as you go out and ride, whether you're Polaris, Skidoo, LYNX, Yamaha, Arctic Cat, any one of those snowmobiles. Just get out and ride, have fun, and enjoy the snow.